Quick side note, the jet that you all saw Gucci and I fly in is owned and operated by the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. That's my nonprofit. Appreciate that. About 4 years ago, my beautiful bride Susie and I heard that about 22 veterans take their own lives every day, which is just absolutely insane. A couple of years ago, a couple small community colleges, the University of Alabama and Duke University, roll tide! They actually did a study and they dug into Uncle Sam's numbers and they found out that the number is closer to 44 veterans take their own lives every day. Folks, when you think about it, that is a mass shooting in the veteran community. So about 4 years ago, Susie and I said, we got to do something. Around that time, and I didn't know what to do when I started the foundation. How do you help a veteran from taking their own lives? Buy a suit, help them write a resume. Around that time, a buddy of mine said, hey, there's a group of Navy SEALs that go down to Mexico and they do psychedelic-assisted therapy to heal their trauma. And there's a really cool group going in a couple weekends. Would you want to go? And I said, go to Mexico and do drugs with Navy SEALs? Like, sign me up. Anybody ever seen the movie Lone Survivor? So I went down to Mexico with Marcus Luttrell, Jared Taylor, one of the founders of Black Rifle Coffee, and an NFL player that was suffering from some horrific head trauma. And I sat with one of the most powerful psychedelics on the planet. And trust me, 5 years ago, if I heard me talking about this, I'd kick my own ass. But that guy died on the floor of a bed on a home in Mexico, and it saved and changed my life. So I got home, and my bride and I started the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, and we provide healing grants to veterans, first responders, and their families to sit with psychedelic-assisted therapy. And thank you to the folks in this room, because for the past couple years, we had to sneak to Costa Rica, we had to sneak to Mexico to heal trauma incurred serving this country. But thank you, Oregon, and thank you, Colorado. These medicines are at least legal at the state level. So thank you for that. So that's what we do. In a little bit, you're going to get a chance to bid on a fighter jet flight with me, and that'll help provide a healing grant. But right now, folks, man, you're not going to believe a God moment that this was. I was a young lieutenant in the fleet, and I looked up to the Blue Angels. Who's heard of the Blue Angels? Now, who's heard of the JV team, the Air Force Thunderbirds? They're barely on our side, people. Let's go. So when I was a young aviator, I looked up to the Blue Angels, and man, they were larger than life. They fly a Coke can distance apart from each other, inverted, 300, 400 miles an hour, and they do it about 275 times over and over in front of us Americans. And I looked up to these guys, and one of those guys, his name was John Gucci Foley, and he was larger than life to me. Well, God works in mysterious ways. He's here tonight, and Jeff hooked us up with each other. He said, Gucci's doing the talking tonight. I said, I know that guy. I looked up to that man, and I respected the hell out of him. So Gucci and I went out and bent that jet around a little while ago. That was a total God moment. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to shut up right now. Sit back, relax. Let's go flying with John Gucci Foley.